But
Flex, but okay.
no, it was like I was like, God, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this. I was like genuinely worried, like I'm not going to have anything to shoot.
Is it the crown you're in right there?
Yeah,
Oh, it was probably sticky.
yeah, I think so. And I'll be honest, I don't know when we got Crown Peach. I just saw it in the liquor cabinet, and I was like, sweet.
I don't know if you should drink that if it was that bad.
Eh.
That's fair.
But we thank you all so much for stopping by the Sammy's and Beer podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you. We are live on Twitch as well as live on YouTube. If you want to chat with me, go ahead and head on over to Sammy's and Beer at Twitch, or if you want to chat with Thomas, you can chat with him on YouTube, Sammy's and Beer on YouTube. We've got a fantastic show for you. Lots of good things to talk about. A lot of current events such as Y2K, and
I have questions.
I have quite a few funny stories that I would like to chat about and go over. But yeah, let's with me as always. I apologize for not introducing you sooner. That is the co-host of the Same as a Beer, Thomas Tomas Rincon.
Man, you're really putting out my government name. I just realized that. Hey, everybody, welcome back.
I always do your government name.
I know. I just realized it now. Let's chit chat. It's not like I have
It's been like a year and a half.
It's not like I have a social media presence anyway, so it's fine. There is a Tomas Rincon that's a very famous soccer player, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
No relation.
Well, you were at my fort today.
Was it your fort?
Hmm?
What do you mean? Is that like a sex thing? Like what are you
No,
about?
no, not at all. Where were you at today for work?
Bullis. I was at Camp Bullis. Yeah, I was at your fort. What was your camp?
Camp, fort, same thing.
Not really. Actually, there's a moniker difference. But anyways.
Either way, it's mine. I own it.
It's not a great place to own that. You've been there, you won't brag about it. Anyways, yeah, let's do the best part.
Nate, where's Rincon Fort?
It's the fort I make with
or camp.
Pillows.
Exactly. Only people coming in and out of your fort are gay dudes and dildos.
I want you to know I was a fucking warrior today.
Oh?
An event happened, and I was a warrior.
Oh.
See, down here in Texas, we have wasps that are about this big. They're red.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably about this big, actually.
Okay.
And one flew into the house today. And I was so tired, I wasn't scared. And by that I was terrified. And I grabbed my shoe and switched it on the window. And I switched it.
But it was bigger than your shoe.
Oh, I mean, you don't know how big my feet are. Calm down. And I deserve a shot for that. So this is to me for being a warrior and fearless. I do this to myself every time. I got the Kraken.
Oh.
And it's yummy, but it goes down about as well as you think.
Well, there's a reason it's earned the name the Kraken.
Yeah. Oh, God. Jesus.
Because it's going to destroy you on both ends.
I deserved a shot for that.
Okay.
Well, and to be honest, that is an irrational fear that I have with wasps. I know why, but I just can't get over that mental block. But I did today, and that's the first step.
Yeah, I mean, while camping, you've made me come and check your camper.
Yep.
To get wasps out.
Yep, I'm just deathly afraid. Not allergic. Been stung before. I know what it's like. I know it's not that bad, but I don't know. It just...
I've been stung on one of our camping trips.
By a bee. It's not as bad.
Did I ever say that it was?
That's true. You need to be a lawyer.
Too much school. So So yeah, I guess we're just jumping right in. Everybody who's never been here before, we do shots either for or against something. We used to do 2 shots, but I decided that was too much, and we would usually be blubbering idiots by the time we got to the end of the podcast.
It's awesome. Those are the good
That
days.
wasn't helping anybody out.
Those are the good the glory days. It was awesome. Whatever. Guess we don't like having fun anymore.
What time did you go to bed last night?
10 o'clock.
Yeah,
I had
we
to
used
be
to
up at
play till
3:30.
like we used to play every night till 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning.
I had to be up at 3:30.
So who's not fun anymore?
I know. Although it was nice playing Civ again. I liked it.
All right, so this is an interesting shot that just happened, but most people don't think about this because the person that I'm taking the shot for definitely did not. But here's to people who bitch on the internet and then get what they want, but really don't even know what they want. They just wanted a bitch. Cheers.
Who bitched on the internet? Do I want to know? Do I know them? I probably don't know them.
Oh, it was my wife.
Uh-oh.
So
Go on.
there's a wrestling camp. Well, first of all, there's these really high-level wrestlers. He's a junior out of Pennsylvania. His name is Bo Bassett.
You've talked about
He does
Yes.
YouTube shows. He actually just signed. He's a junior this year. He's wrestled against collegiate wrestlers, almost made the Olympic team. I mean, kid's a stud. And he's also very charismatic, so he puts on videos and has a pretty good following.
So he has
You know,
a brand.
teaches kids. He's got a brand, but he's also got like a super strong work ethic. Like he works out every day at like 5 a.m. before he goes to school.
Badass.
His own.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool kid, great kid for kids to follow. Well, he's putting on a wrestling. He does a lot of wrestling camps. He's doing one in South Dakota this summer. My kids were pumped. They're like, but they put prerequisites on it that you have to be like a state qualifier to go. So that way it's not just, just rich people or, it has to be good wrestlers. Or you have to place 6th or higher at state or a national tournament. My youngest has already qualified. My oldest has not. So I told him, I said, hey, we've got state this weekend. I said, if you can get 6th or higher, we'll look at going to this camp. It's like $200 a kid, $230 a kid.
God damn. Well, yeah.
For them to be taught by some high schoolers.
But by the high school.
Yes, which I was just glad they got somebody that, is a good impact on them for a role model and that. So
Absolutely.
my wife went and looked. The camp is already full. It's on a wait list only.
Okay. Well.
And so she posted on this Facebook page saying, that's really disappointing considering state for South Dakota, where you would qualify for most kids, is this weekend, and the camp's already full, so the kids can't even get in. Like, what a disservice to the state that you're coming to already be full for us. Well, she did not expect a response.
Oh, shit.
They reached out and were like, hey, we're really sorry that you're disappointed in this. Our goal was not to have people disappointed. We'd like to make it right. And if you want to put your kids in on the wait list, I'll make sure that they get in. Well, guess who hasn't qualified yet still?
Yeah, no. But your wife did say, it's known that like state hasn't happened yet, so he has a chance. He's got a chance.
He does. He's got a chance.
How does he do under pressure?
Not well.
Then don't tell him.
He already knows.
Oh, fuck. If you didn't tell him, oh, no. I bet you the younger one does really well under pressure.
Sometimes. Yeah, I because he fucks around a lot at practice, but then when it's time to actually go into the matches, he's game time.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, he gets caught and,
Well, I mean,
he's a 8-year-old.
yeah.
But the oldest is all geared up at practice and then gets a little gun shy when it comes to matches and tournaments.
They're usually opposites, yeah. Siblings are usually opposites.
But-
I'm a pressure guy. My one of my brothers is it, and then the other one He's a planner too. I have two planners for brothers. Three. My sister's a planner too. They've got to like have every detail worked out. Like
See, me and my
T's.
brother are the opposite, where we just are pretty wing it,
Fuck
or
your
the
girlfriend.
same. Excuse me. We both just kind of wing it, and we'll figure shit out. Like you plan shit, and then everything always goes wrong, and the plan goes to shit anyway. So it's like, let's just figure it out as we go. Like we've had several instances with the children.
With the children.
Well, getting hurt and stuff.
Yeah.
So the biggest one the story that I like to tell is when I was selling cars, I was part of they're called like BNI groups.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially it's a lot of different people in businesses that they sell, and they all get together and share and try to refer people to each other's businesses and help each other, and we would meet over lunch every day. And then we'd meet once a week. And then there was 30 or 40 of us in the group. So one week everybody would present and go further in details on their own business. So it was my week to present, and we're at a local restaurant. And just as I'm about to go up, my phone rings. I silence it. Rings again, silence it. I go up on stage and I'm presenting. During my presentation, the wait staff comes and gets me. And they're like, "You have a phone call." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Did somebody fucking die?" It's my wife on the phone. Because it was my oldest at the time. He was 3 or something. Pulled something off of the desk onto his head and split the top of his head open. I mean, we're talking a small cut. And she was in full-on panic mode, had no idea what to do.
Well, okay.
And I'm like, "What's going on?" "I don't know." I'm like, "Call the doctor, tell him you need to get stitches." Like, "Is he unconscious?" "No, he's acting fine. He's just got blood and he cried." I'm like, yeah. He got hit in the head. Take him to the doctor.
Obviously didn't fracture his skull, so.
No. It was a tiny cut. Like, the doctor's like, "Yeah, we'll just put some super glue in it." And I'm like, "Wait, you're gonna put super glue in it?"
Absolutely. Dermaplane.
And he's like, "Yeah, unless it's on the face, we don't do stitches because you can't see it and it's going to get hidden under his hair and the hair will grow around it. And yeah, it's fine."
It's super glue. It's
Like,
called
oh my
Dermaplane,
good.
and it's a stick.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's good
And
stuff.
Yeah. So I learned my lesson there. But yeah, my wife, any kind of event like that, has common sense goes away.
She's panicked, tensions are high, emotions are high. That's her kid. She's new mom. Yeah. I get it.
Oh, even more recently when that kid broke his arm in our basement.
Oh, yeah.
She was in full-on panic mode.
Just take the kid to the hospital.
Yeah.
No, you have to call an ambulance, cool. Honestly.
No, I grabbed him. I put his jacket on him. I said, "All right, buddy, let's go. We're going to go to the hospital."
Yeah.
Because you freak out.
Too, the kids are calm. Like, they're just chilling.
Yeah.
They're kids.
Yeah. The kid was way too calm, though. That was weird.
It's probably shock more than anything else. You'd be surprised. Because kids, here's a little medical advice for you. Kids compensate, right? Your body will compensate. Your emotions will compensate. And with adults, you compensate and then you decompensate, and it's a slow, gradual glide down, right? So you can tell when someone's getting worse and worse. We call it circling the drain. So it's easy to monitor, to track, and to fix. Kids don't circle the drain. They'll compensate and then they'll crash. And there's no signs, symptoms, nothing. So you'll have a kid that's just, he broke something, he's doing great, and then just fucking 0 to 10 in the snap of a finger. So
I can see that.
That's just how their bodies work. It's interesting. So
what I've always find, I mean, it's kind of like when a kid falls down. If you run over and are like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay?" Then they'll start crying.
They look to you.
If you look at them and be like, "Yep, get up, keep going," they'll get up and keep going.
Yeah. Kids are fucking awesome. They're little tanks.
So.
Yeah. I get it though. Well, no, I understand because I've seen it, right? And I've seen both ends of the spectrum. So, like that kid who shot himself because he was playing with a bullet in his backyard, his mom was the opposite. She was pissed. She was mad at him. Like,
Yeah.
I had the phone. She's like, "Is he okay? Is he gonna live?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's fine. Like, just flesh wound. Like, okay, all right, cool. Give him the phone."
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was like that growing up. She got fucked.
Yeah.
I love her for it to death. But yeah,
You're gonna be dumb. You gotta be tough.
That's what my grandpa used to always say, but in Spanish. I don't remember how to say it.
Hmm.
He also called me very racially charged words in Spanish too.
I can see that.
Old Mexicans are really racist. They just hide behind Spanish. What the fuck is Y2K?
What is Y2K?
Yeah.
The year 2000.
Okay. What was Y2K? That whole incident and
So
what happened?
essentially,
Tell me where
what
you were in Y2K.
fucking 16?
Okay, so you're old.
Essentially, what Y2K was back in those days with computer programs to save time. Instead of writing the year 1998, 1999, 1984, whatever year they were writing, they simplified it down to 2-digit codes 98, 99. And this was when computers were kind of starting to take off. People had them, and a lot more things were run off of them by this point.
Okay.
Well, they come to realize their error in not putting that, because then everything was going to go to 00, and they were scared that everything was going to revert back to 1900 and completely fuck all their programs, because they hadn't apparently thought a couple years in advance. And so that's when conspiracy theorists took over and started saying that, computer programs were going to start shutting down, and our banking system is going to collapse because it doesn't know what it is. Everything's going to revert to 0. All of our computers are going to be fucked. And basically, it's going to be the end of the civilization as we know it.
Okay. And then I know from a story that I heard on YouTube that it switched over and nothing happened.
Absolutely nothing happened. It's not like they wrote like a doomsday code in their fucking programs.
Yeah.
Like, we acted like it was nothing, I mean, it was just another new year.
That's what I was curious about. Like, was it anything different for you?
Not for me. I mean, there was people that fucking went and hid in bunkers, and
yeah, like people went nuts.
Yeah, there was. It's funny because I was thinking about that today, because it seems like we're always on the cusp of another Y2K type thing.
Yeah, ever since then. 2013, everyone thought the world was going to end.
Because of the Mayan calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Halley's Comet. I don't know if you remember that one.
I wasn't alive for
Halley's Comet. Okay, well, they thought that there was a bunch of aliens behind Halley's Comet, and they were going to come and... I think there was actually a religion founded around it, that there was aliens behind Halley's Comet, and they were coming back to take their true believers back home with them.
Maybe they did.
But there's always something for people. Like, if people want to find a negative thing and a doomsday, right now, this one's actually kind of plausible, but the Yellowstone volcano hasn't erupted. It hasn't erupted in like 80,000 years, so they're like, it's like 20,000 years past due, and maybe it's 180. I don't fucking know. But there's always something that people are fucking worried about, if they want to be worried.
It's dumb.
Oh, 100%.
But who was it? Who's the guy that wrote Catcher in the Rye?
I don't fucking know.
God. There's an author who was born on the day of Halley's Comet, and he died on the day of Halley's Comet too.
Nope. Maybe he went home.
Right. He might have died. Writer that died with Halley's Comet. Mark Twain.
There you go.
And then, because I've never seen Halley's Comet. So 2061.
A ways off still.
That's what I'll be. Super old.
Won't be that old in 2061.
I'll be 60.
Yeah.
Maybe 70. No,
60 is the new 40.
Is it?
It is.
Not with these military miles on these knees, buddy.
We'll have bionic knees by then that work really well.
I hope I can get a bionic wiener.
I'm sure you'd just be happy to have a wiener.
Oh, is that so? No, I really didn't have too many questions about Y2K. I was just curious because I had never really heard of it. Like, I heard of it in passing in songs and stuff.
That's just because it's so fucking stupid.
It is pretty stupid.
You know, like, have you heard about the new comet that they're talking about might fucking hit the Earth in
Oh, yeah, I hope it does.
2028, 2035? I don't fucking know what year it's supposed to hit.
No, apparently the plan is to Armageddon it.
Yeah.
Get some more workers out there, some drillers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there will always be something. And then what's going to take us out is going to be something like super lame, like
COVID?
Like a new bacteria that mutates, and we're all fucked. Like, we're all dead.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. I just want to get to space before then.
Yeah, because I really don't think that the planet's going to nuke itself. I don't think mankind will do that to itself.
No, I don't think mankind's that dumb.
So I think there's a lot of more deters than what people realize.
I mean, the people in charge, the people that be, won't let that happen. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I think that there's plenty of defenses against being attacked like that.
Absolutely, there is. A lot.
Like, I don't know what they are, but I bet you that there's like 5 or 6 levels deep. Like, all right, if plan 1 fails, we've got 2. If 2 fails, we've got 3, all the way down.
We have the iron wall. I mean, like, we have things that the Iron Curtain. Like, we have things in place to. Oh no, that got replaced by Aegis. Actually, we have stuff. We're fine.
Oh yeah.
The nuclear fallout of Hiroshima and stuff. That's not a thing anymore with hydrogen bombs.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't like what kills us is going to be something super fucking lame, like shitting your organs out of your ass lame.
That would be fucking miserable.
Yeah, it would be. We even have a plan for zombies.
I believe that.
It's like declassified now. Like, we have a whole ass plan in case zombies happen, and like different types of zombies.
I don't think zombies in the traditional sense that they're out there like would ever actually happen.
I hope there is, but
the only one that I could see happening is if like a fungus like mutated and was able like that. There's the one fungus that like can take over ants.
Yeah, which is what The Last of Us was based off of.
Yeah, I could see something like that happening. Where you're not like, I just don't think it would be human anymore, like they are in like The Walking Dead and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or I just don't think that because you just like you think about that and like your body has to have food to survive.
Yes, correct.
Otherwise, everything would decay.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and
if
like
you're not alive, you decay. That's the end all be all.
Exactly.
And
so like
part of the decay process.
Yes, and that's where the only way that I could see it happening would be with a fungus that would keep you, but that wouldn't be a long lasting thing where it would be like something that could end up ending everybody. But
yeah.
That's why you shouldn't eat mushrooms, kids.
I love mushrooms. It's delicious. So the training tool is called Conflant 8888. It's the zombie defense plan. But I love that they did this. It's a training tool to help junior officers learn about contingency planning, strategic training. Like, it's a training tool.
Mm-hmm.
which that makes it interesting, right? Like if I was a junior officer leading this shit, I would want to do a fictitious plan on how to stop zombies from invading. That's a great idea. It makes it interesting.
I could stop zombies from invading. Like, I could save a large group of people right now today.
We've already talked about this, but can you survive in the wilderness indefinitely?
Depends on the wilderness.
That's probably the more fair answer. Because like the Arctic Circle, absolutely not. Like there's
Exactly.
in the jungle would be. I think I'd rather kill myself than try to survive in a jungle.
Look, I think he'd die from swamp ass alone.
I think my nuts would fall off, and then that's it.
You know,
just kill myself.
And then there's no point
There's
anymore.
no point anymore. So yeah, no. But like in the continental United States, besides even the desert, I could survive for quite a while.
We don't really have super harsh deserts around here.
We have Death Valley.
Well, yeah,
it's pretty.
I wouldn't stay there though.
I mean, it takes a while to get out, and you need enough water to get out. So you need to know when and how to get water. Because cactuses is not the answer.
Yeah.
You give me a trash bag. Oh shit! You give me a trash bag and a knife, and I can get out of the desert.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
but then it also comes down to like what kind of tools you have. You know, how prepared are you?
Yeah.
You know,
if you got a rifle, shit, you can survive almost indefinitely.
I mean, I've got several rifles for that reason.
I don't know. There's that part of me that wants to learn how to spear hunt.
Bow hunting's not that hard.
No, but just like spear hunting is easier to make happen if you're like dropped in the wilderness naked.
Well, and the thing you have to remember, like, if let's say shit hits the fan and you go to the wilderness, and let's say you make it, right? And let's say you've got a gun and you've got 400 rounds. So you can make those 400 rounds last, what, 4 or 5 years with hunting?
Longer.
Let's just keep it short and say 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Well, after 4 or 5 years, how much of humanity is gone and how much of your animal populations are going to fucking explode from the lack of human consumption? And so then after that, there's not going to be a ton of fear for humans. There's going to be a lot more animals in their natural habitat, and deer hunting and bow hunting is going to be a lot fucking easier.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right. They would. Small game hunting would explode too. Rabbits, squirrels, chipmunks.
Oh yeah, all of it.
Fuck. That would. Yeah, no, I never thought about that. That's good shit. Wow. Yeah. Holy shit.
So yeah, you make it through those first 3-4 years, and you'll probably be fine.
That's fair. And now it is hard, right? So like you have to find salt. That's a big thing. You have to find clean water or learn how to clean water because like seawater.
At this point, I mean, after 3 or 4 years, you're going to be able to just go into towns and get salt.
Enough salt for you and a few people to survive. Yeah, like a few generations.
Oh yeah.
I mean, animals have plenty of salt too, but yeah, and the Native Americans did it for hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to think about. I love that line of conversation, though. I think it's interesting.
Yeah,
life is a lot harder, but a lot simpler.
Definitely a lot harder.
Live.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Oh, you don't want to get up and go to work today? Guess who doesn't get to eat? Oh, you don't feel like cooking tonight? Guess what you get to have then? I've also really upped my long-term survival planning with being able to make sourdough bread.
You honestly kind of did. I'm not going to lie.
Like,
you kind of did.
I definitely moved myself way up on the survivability scale.
You kind of did a little bit. I won't lie. Survivability and tasty scale. Like you're going to survive and you're going to kind of like it a little bit too.
Yeah. Have a bunch of fucking deer meat sandwiches.
Just gotta throw some veggies in there. Throw some veggies and you're good to go. Which you
Yeah.
guys already do. You already know how to do that. So
Mm-hmm. And by that, and with that, you'd have the fucking land to be able to do whatever the fuck you wanted and grow as much as you could.
it's just all about manpower at that point. But each person, if they grow a certain amount, like a freedom garden, like if they grow a certain amount, then they support themselves, pay their own
Yep.
way. Fuck.
Yep.
This sounds so fun. That should be a survival game, like post-apocalypse survival game.
It'd just be really hard.
People like that.
Yeah.
That would be I'd play the fuck out of that game.
Have you watched any of the Beast games? I don't know if you're a Mr. Beast fan.
So one of my favorite animators, she was in one of the Beast games, so I saw her video about it. So I know the concept.
My kids have wanted to watch it, so we've been watching it, and it's long over. Not long over, but I think yeah. But I cannot tell you how fucking irritated I get watching that show. Like they bring in 1,000 fucking strangers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like most of these people don't know any of each other. And fucking first episode when people are getting eliminated, people are fucking crying, "Oh, I love you, I'm gonna miss you." And it's like, you guys have met each other for one fucking day. What in the fuck are you doing? What are you crying about? They're like two dudes and girls and like talking about their families. And I'm like, it's so fucking stupid.
It is stupid. It's played up for the camera, absolutely.
Oh, so much. It fucking drives me so crazy.
Gets the clicks. Say what you want about the dude, but like, have you seen where he started?
Oh yeah.
Like, man, build a brand.
I don't think there's going to be another Mr. Beast games though. He has lost a lot of money doing this.
I'm sure, and he'll make it up doing more crazy shit that he posts about. You know.
You know, one of the ways that he made the most amount of money.
What?
So obviously, you know YouTube, right?
I do.
His platform is worth billions on YouTube. Do you know how he got it to that?
How?
Taking the content and putting it into other languages.
I can see that.
Instead of it just being in English, he had it produced in Chinese. He had it produced in Australian. He had it produced in
Australia.
Irish.
Speaks
I know.
English, so does
I know.
Ireland.
That's why I said them.
But I get what you're saying. Like
In Spanish,
in Hindi,
in Arabic, all these other languages. So all these other channels. So when he produces one video, instead of just getting the population of the earth that's going to watch it in English, he can get also the Indian population and the Chinese population and all these other people. And I was like, holy shit, that's fucking smart.
That's really smart.
Because it can't cost that much more just to get it fucking
translated,
moved over to a different language, and hire somebody to come in that speaks the language. And I don't even know if you have to fucking hire people. Like, I think there's a fucking Google app.
I'm sure you don't. He does. I'm sure he doesn't have to hire shit. He's so fucking famous. People work for him for free. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, interns.
So in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
Enamored. I mean, good for him, right? Like, he cracked the code.
Yeah.
He needs to pull a PewDiePie though.
I don't know what that means.
So PewDiePie was the #1 YouTuber for like a decade, right? Like he was king of the castle, and he was in that era where like playing Minecraft and video games and being loud and obnoxious, right? Like that was his escape. And he saw the writing on the wall that it was going to go away. Things were moving away from that, right? He was no longer going to be on top. So he released a final video, and he fucked off. That was it. He's done. He made so much money, he retired in Japan with his wife. He's from Sweden. Like, And like, if you go to that, like he lives in a small neighborhood in Japan. If you go there, you can see him. He's just hanging out. He retired.
Well, I mean, and it really, like, with the amount of money that you're talking about for a lot of those guys, like, it's not a super unobtainable amount for once you get to a certain point. Like, could you live off of, say, $160,000 a year?
Yeah, easily.
Okay. How much money do you think you have to have invested to make that?
I have no idea.
5 million. So if you can get a 5 million nut and you can live off of the return on it, the return would be about 200 and some thousand after you pay taxes. You'd have about $660,000 a year
I didn't know.
for forever. Forever.
And just be like more than comfortable.
Yeah.
All right, I got a new goal, 5 mil. Easy work.
Yeah.
I wish. Oh, I think I'd die if I stopped working. If I retired, I think I'd become incredibly unhealthy.
I don't think you can just like stop working, but like, I mean, and there's a lot of people that say don't do that. Like, you know, you talk about these business owners that, you know, sell their business for, or, you know, should I sell my business? I'm 40 and I got another company that wants to buy me out for $25 million. Should I sell my business? And it's like, well, what are you going to do after that? I don't know, go play golf. You shouldn't sell your business then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, you've got to have something that's driving you.
What would you do if you could quit right now? All your bills are paid. You do whatever you wanted.
Tough question.
It is, because I have hobbies that I enjoy. Like, I have things I like to do.
Yeah. I honestly would probably be a coach of a sport, and I would spend all my time.
I could see that. I could see you doing well with that too.
I'd be like a football coach or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, especially like you learn the ropes as your kids are growing up, so by the time they go to like college level, like you're there too. You just take
Yeah.
them through.
I've even thought about like after my kids like are done and stuff, when they're kind of in that in between, when they're kind of like where you're at, you know, for like time killers, like going and becoming like an assistant coach at one of the local high schools and, you know, do it for free. And
you know what?
You know,
a great example of that is our good friend Daniel.
Yeah.
He played soccer for decades. He loved it. You know, he never was good enough to be professional, so he coaches now. He coaches for little kids, big kids, the whole shebang. And
yeah.
He loves it. He says he loves it.
Yeah. It's extremely rewarding.
Maybe I should get into coaching. I'm pretty good at soccer. I had my time with some.
Well, and like the wrestling coaches, I know I talk about wrestling a lot, but like our coaches, yeah, like but like our coaches, so the guy who started our program is actually originally from the West Coast and was a college wrestler. The other one not so much, but then we've got two that are currently in college wrestling and are just the one actually, this is his last year wrestling, and he's going back to his hometown and going to take over a program there, and he is just a phenomenal coach.
That's awesome.
So
that's what you would do, coaching.
I would.
What if one of your sons was like, Dad, I really want to play soccer?
I'd go play soccer with him.
Tennis.
Yep. I've talked about. I want to take him out and play tennis. I love fucking volleyball. I played. This last year was the last year that I haven't played volleyball since I was fucking like 20.
Yeah, you do love volleyball.
And the only reason I quit is because my fucking knees shot.
Yeah, no. You're just a good supportive dad, and I got nothing for you.
I mean, if that's where their interests are, like, if anything, I really want to support where their interests are because I find it very hard to find things that super captivate me like that. Like, I am very awed by people who can put so much into something. Like,
Yeah.
I have a lot of little things that I like to do, but I almost feel like I get to a point and I'm like, all right, let's go do something else.
I feel like that's fair, though.
Like, I've never found that one thing that
Never?
is like, oh my God, I absolutely love this and this is what I want to do.
Ever?
Ever.
That's weird. I don't know if I believe that. Ever?
Have you ever found it?
Oh, yeah, tons of times.
What?
So, soccer for one, I was really into it.
You haven't played soccer in fucking 10 years.
Yeah, it was, but at the time, I loved it. I lived it. I brought a ball to school every day. I practiced every day. Like, I was very committed. It was awesome. And then I wasn't good enough to go to college to play it, so.
But you could still be playing right now.
I can.
There's youth teams. Like, I have friends that still play soccer on club teams, and they're your age.
Recently, too, because we do sports for my unit and stuff, and we'll play soccer, and I'm just fucking. It feels good, right? Like, I like it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
The only other thing, I mean, obviously, I have hobbies, video games, and stuff like that, D&D, and really passionate about those things. But the only thing that I have that really translates and resonates with me personally a whole lot is medicine, emergency medicine. If all my bills were paid, right, like I'm good to go, I would volunteer as a I'd go get my paramedic and volunteer as a paramedic in like an inner city, like a bad inner city. I like it that much.
Okay.
But unfortunately, there's no money in it as a career.
Nope.
Make like 40, maybe 50,000 a year, in a big city.
Not a bad living.
In a big city. So that's nothing. So it's just, in a small town, it's like 20, 30,000. Like, it's just not enough, it's not. No.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have to worry about anything else ever again, I'd go be a paramedic. Because it's cool. Like, yeah, you see bad, but then you get to see a lot of good. You get to do a lot of good. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my big thing.
Yeah, and that's probably why I'd go back. I would coach is because I think we have similar things because I think it's both just about helping people. I don't really care for people in general because once you become an adult, there's so many adults that just make fucked up choices and make their own bed, and it's like, yeah, you kind of got to lie in that shit now. Like, you don't just get fucking get out of jail free cards and shit. And I think there's so many kids that are born into situations that are beyond their control, and they deserve to have a shot.
A guiding hand, an outlet.
Somebody to look out for them.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask, speaking of this, I want your opinion on it because I have made my decision. I am 100% at peace with it, and I think that I'll just say I'm at peace with it and I'm fine with it. But, so, my son has a couple of friends. They're brothers. He's really good friends with one of the brothers. They're very similar in age. And I actually coached him on one of our teams. And super nice kids. Somewhat well behaved. I mean, they're kids.
They're
I think
boys.
other kids annoy you more than your own kids do because they're other kids. But they had spent the night here one time, and I was just chatting with them. No, I wasn't even talking with them. They were talking to my son, and they brought up something about my son. Asked him about their dad. They're like, "Oh, he's in prison or he's in jail." I'm like,
Okay.
This guy's just going to sit here quiet. And they're like, "Oh, what happened?" My son asked him. No, beat the fuck out of their mom.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
And they saw it.
Okay, gotcha. That's awful.
Said dad's in jail. Not a good situation all around.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And my son still meets them and wants to play with them. And would you allow your son to go over to their house?
If the dad wasn't there,
Dad isn't there. Dad's in jail still.
I think I need to know more about the situation, because if it was
Okay, ask questions.
yeah, like if it was a spur of the moment thing, like doesn't the mom bring around these kind of guys, right? Like what's
You're never going to know that. You're never going to know who mom's bringing around.
and I wouldn't risk it, but I'm not a parent. You know.
Mhm.
So
So I can even tell you this. They live with mom. They have an older sister.
okay.
And mom, the two sons that my son's friends with, and sister all live with grandpa and grandma as well.
Okay, that's not good. That's not a good sign.
It's at grandpa and grandma's house. Like they live at grandpa and grandma's house.
Okay. Well, doesn't mean they're bad kids, but you don't want your kids
Nope.
in that kind of environment.
Mhm.
I probably wouldn't. But again, I'm not a parent. This is just
Like I said, I know what I'm doing. I know how I'm doing it. And, it was something like my wife said to me. She's like, so I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm not allowing him
Okay.
to go over there just
Okay.
at any given time. Because he's called and asked, like, hey, can I go over to their house? And I'm like, nope. Because they're playing at the school, which the kids live 4 or 5 houses from the school. They're like a block away. And we're like 4 or 5 blocks away. And they're playing at the school and they're like, hey, can we go over there? I'm like, nope. And my wife's like, I kind of feel bad because you always tell him no, that he can't go over there. Like, should we tell him why he can't go over there?
I don't think you should.
And I said absolutely not. And she goes, why? I mean, I feel bad that we're constantly telling him. And I said, I'm fine. I'll be an asshole about this.
Mhm.
I said,
wait till they're
my job.
older.
Well, I told her it's my job to protect him. And those kids are always welcome to come over here anytime they
Yeah,
want. And they can go play at the school. I think they're great boys, But the reason I'm not going to tell him why he's not allowed to go over there is because I do not want to alter his view of his friends.
That's fair. That is a great way to put that. Absolutely.
Like, I don't want his friends to feel different because he's going to say something. He's going to bring something up like, oh, I'm not allowed to go over to your house or something like that. And I don't want them to feel weird about it. And I don't want to ruin their friendship or, like I said, change the way he views his friends.
Yeah.
But I've also got a responsibility for my child to protect him, and not, because if there's one thing I've learned is that somebody who is with a guy who is willing to do that, they are like fucking honey to flies and attract all the other fucking guys that want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been a one-off, right? Technically. Could have been.
We all want to think the best.
But it's not worth risking your kid for. Your good intentions are not worth risking your kid for at the end of the day.
No, absolutely not. Because I've seen it firsthand with parts of my family that have, the females have chosen a guy that's done that, gotten out of a bad situation, all this stuff. Fucking 6 months, a year later, they're with another guy, and that guy does the exact same fucking thing. And then they fucking meet one that you're like, oh, this is a good guy. Like, cool, awesome. And then that guy's fucking gone after 3 weeks because, apparently he wasn't fucking tough enough and didn't fucking punch you hard enough or something.
It's usually, yeah, it
seems to be a fucking cycle.
And I've seen it in some of my family members too. So that's, yeah. You're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all.
And like I said, I fucking couldn't care any less if people think I'm wrong, people think I'm an asshole for not doing it, whatever. I couldn't care any fucking less.
When it's in regards to the safety of your kids, like, it's an easy choice.
Yeah.
At least to me it is. Whatever.
You want to hear something that I was super proud of my kids for?
Yes.
Super proud.
Hit me with it.
So my youngest was up at the school playing with one of his friends. And there was a kid. I know who the kid was because I've also coached him on a team. And he's a little fucking asshole.
Okay.
And he was up there and was being mean to my youngest.
That
Him
happens.
and his couple of buddies. You know, it wasn't just one of them. There were several of them. So my youngest hops on his bike, rides home. My oldest is here with me, doing something 3D printing, reading. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I think I was working. Doesn't say anything to me. All of a sudden, the oldest, she goes, "Hey, I'm going to the school." Okay. Got your phone? Yep. Come to find out later, the reason my youngest came home was because these kids were being mean to him. So he went and got his fucking big brother and brought his big brother back. Didn't say a fucking word to me about them being mean to him. And just brought his fucking bigger brother back and was kind of like, "What up?"
He didn't have to say anything to you because.
But I'm so glad that he didn't. Like, he didn't come and tell.
Yeah.
He fucking solved the problem. Because what am I going to do? Fucking roll up to the school and be like, "Hey, you guys fucking be nice to him." What good's that going to do? Then they're just going to get made fun of more.
Yeah. He literally said, whoa. I don't get physical. I get angry. He gets physical. And it's just.
Well, the funny part is I'm pretty sure the little one, the youngest, would be more than willing to throw down with any of them. But he knew that there was multiple of them.
Got back up.
So he went and got backup.
He's like, "Hold on, I'll be right back."
Yeah, like, "Oh, cool. You want to roll? Let's roll."
That is awesome.
I'm still fucking glowing with how happy I am that they fucking did that.
That's good brotherhood right there.
And the fact that the oldest didn't fucking question it at all.
Yeah.
Like, they were literally home for 30 seconds, and he was like, "I'm going." Okay. What the fuck is going? All right, cool. Have fun. You know, I think I was working.
Probably. That's super cool. That is nice.
And they're both fucking wrestlers now, so I know they can fucking hold their own.
You're training them.
Oh yeah.
Training them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, and that's what I fucking absolutely love about wrestling is you think that you're tough. These kids go to practice twice a week and get the shit kicked out of them for fucking 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Willingly.
They go back for more.
Yeah. And then they go to fucking tournaments to see who's gotten fucking tougher.
I do think you're doing something really cool.
So
I love that. I only love that because that was me and Junior growing up. And then later on, it was me, Junior, and Carlos.
Yeah.
I remember, so in Korea, we have this thing called Far East where you leave for a week to go play sports. Right?
Mhm.
You leave high school. And I was dating this girl at the time. And it was high school, whatever. So, whatever. But there was a dude that really liked the girl I was dating. So the minute I left, he started bothering her. And so I sent a Facebook message, and I could probably pull it up to my brother, and I told him what was going on, and all of the issues stopped immediately. Apparently, Junior picked him up by the collar and threw him into the locker, and Carlos was just like right next to him, like in his face. Like, it was a whole event that I missed completely. I wasn't there for any of it. It was just you know, yeah. It's cool to think about.
But that's what brothers do.
Yeah.
You know?
And I didn't ask him to do that specifically. I just, told him what was going on. And the problem got solved. Like right away.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Just having brothers is pretty fucking cool.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to get all emotional. Like movies that make people cry, right? Usually like dogs dying, firefighter movies make people cry because they always die.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Fathers dying and stuff. I can typically get through it, be pretty fine. a brother scene, so like hardball with the little brother, that hits me really goddamn hard. Anything to do with brothers and like emotional anything, ooh, that's my kryptonite.
See, I don't know why I get super emotional at movies.
Well, that means you're
Like,
watching them right. You're enjoying them as they're supposed to be
yeah,
enjoyed.
yeah. Like Homeward Bound. I'm pretty sure I'll cry
Ooh,
every time I watch fucking Homeward Bound.
that's a good one.
I know what's happening? I know he makes it,
He does. There's a
but
second
I'm still
movie.
gonna cry. Yeah, with him starring in it again.
Yes, he's still alive. I think it hits you a little harder though because it's a golden retriever.
Probably.
I think that doesn't help.
But I mean, even I probably could watch Old Yeller. Actually, they watched Old Yeller at my son's school. It was actually so this last Friday. They had it was earned a movie day or just got a movie day. I don't know, but they had like three options. You could watch Old Yeller, Cars, or they played the NCAA basketball tournament.
Jesus Christ, why would you want to watch Old Yeller?
Yeah, well, that's what my son chose to watch. But he was pissed because he asked his teacher, he's like, well, the NCAA wrestling tournament is on. Can we put that on a TV? And they told him no.
Yeah, they're not going to appease to that. I get
No.
why he's mad.
But yeah, because who wants to watch a bunch of fucking people play basketball? I don't like
I
basketball.
actually don't like basketball or baseball. I
So,
watch hockey any day.
see, hockey and baseball are probably my two favorite sports to watch live.
Baseball live's different, but even then, it still has to be a good
100%.
game. It still has to be a good
It,
game.
it doesn't have to be a good game. You're drinking beer, you're eating hot dogs, popcorn. Baseball live is a fucking great time. I tell you what, you come up here, if you're ever up here during the summer, we'll go to our local game and it'll be garbage.
Oh, that's different. Local games are awesome.
I'll even come down to Texas and we'll go to a Rangers game and they'll get blown out and it'll be a fucking grand time.
My mom loves Rangers games.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing about my mom. She'll love to go to a Rangers game, and my dad got him a booth, a buffet, all you can drink. Right? She hated it. Hated every
Yeah.
fucking minute of it.
She wanted to be down on the field watching the game.
She got a cheap seat with all you can eat hot dogs. My mom was the happiest motherfucker I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's what she is.
Yeah.
But a hockey game, I will always go watch a hockey game.
Hockey is fucking super awesome.
But hockey, like soccer, for me too, right? Like I have a better grasp of the game and like the nuances of it, so I enjoy it more. You know.
Yeah.
I have a good time with it.
But you'll pick a lot of that stuff up as just like I've never played hockey, but I've gone to I don't know 10, 15 of our local teams games. And not that I could play, not that I could officiate, but I know enough about the rules now
We should play hockey.
to where
Like a hockey NCAA game.
okay.
Sounds fun.
NHL.
Yeah, yeah. You probably owns it, so I can probably get it going.
But yeah, hockey is super fun. And I much prefer hockey over fucking baseball. Pretty sure or basketball. Basketball I think is yeah, football's okay. I think football is just way too overblown.
I do think it's overblown. Oh, overblown. No, there's no NHL on Game Pass. That sucks. I do think it's too overblown. It's too much. Oh, don't worry, Matt. Though Cricket 22.
Ooh,
That's
thank goodness.
And so is Madden 25.
Yeah.
So is soccer.
Soccer's fun to play on FIFA.
I will always play a soccer game, but I just have an ingredient of soccer. But I was shit on a lot growing up for liking it, so I don't push it.
You want to see the Easter eggs I made?
Yes. I mean, I've seen.
I 3D printed them.
You should 3D print them with the design. That's a little better. That's awesome. Wait, hold on, I want to Snapchat of that. All right, go ahead. Beautiful. All right, buddy. I do think we're at time.
We are.
Well, thank you everybody for watching today. This has been the Sammy's and Beer podcast. We're here live every Wednesday, or at least we try to be. If you have any questions or concerns, you can go fuck yourself. But if you'd like to just chat, please feel free to do so, either on YouTube or on Twitch. Matt, any final words?
Fuck your feelings.
Fuck your feelings. And remember, if that offends you, to go fuck yourself. Toodles!